beginning of season 5. And we have a co-host today, Mr. Jay Reed.
Mr. J. Reed in the building. How y'all doing, man? I'm so excited to be here at the beginning of season 5. And stay tuned because we have a lot to talk about. Definitely.
All right, so we're going to touch on today. Our topic of the day is this can't be my life. This cannot be my life. This cannot be my life. And a lot of people have things to say about like how they want their life to go, how they think life should be. Hey, cuz my cousin tapped in on Instagram. Hey, girl. And I feel like a lot of times things are happening in our life when we feel like, why is this happening to us? Just like I was doing in season 3, we was talking about why not me, and that's a real thing. But at the end of the day, we're not going to focus on the things that we cannot control because it's nothing we can do about the stuff that's out of our control. But we're going to tap in today on this cannot be my life, and we're going to push through because season 5 is all about pushing through. Let's get to those positive things. Let's oversee those things that we've been talking about we want to do, and let's just do it. Let's not let the things around us that has nothing to do with us, has nothing to do with our goals, mess up our plan because we got to focus on the plan and not the move.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said that so well. You said that so well. Pushing through is so important because uh, fear stops us a lot of times. And uh, fear, I believe, is can be healthy, as long as it's behind you. If fear is in front of you, then it's holding you back from doing what it is you want to do and what you're supposed to do. But as long as it's behind you, it can help push you forward into that space that where you evolve into, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So pushing through and
Come on, evolve.
yeah, we have to evolve. We're trying to push through this season of growth, and a lot of people feel stagnant. I felt stagnant sometimes in the past.
Come on.
Not maybe in a much needed season of rest, not even knowing that, just because we're
Man.
so busy minded and we're worker bees and we have so many goals and ambitions. But hey, this is a season of growth, no more stagnation. What do we do and what do we need? And how can we support one another to push through whatever obstacles may come our way?
Come on. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How can we push through? How can we push through the obstacles that are coming our way? Because stuff gonna come our way.
It's coming.
It's inevitable. It's unavoidable.
Yep.
It's gonna be things that happen. It's gonna be people around us, people closest to us, like they say. It be the ones closest to us. It be the family. It be the friends. It be the coworkers you're around all the time, making your life harder than it should be. And then you be confused, puzzled, like, man, like all I do is try to help them. Why they trying to make me have a rough day? But we're going to focus on pushing through that and not letting it stop us from getting to the things that we're trying to get to, the things that God has for us, first of all. Because I'm a true believer that God let things happen in our life to strengthen us for the next phase. And so that's really what I've been focusing on because at the end of the day, all we can do is go up.
We have to, yeah. I mean, like, we can only scrape the bottom for so long, but I'm sure we have many listeners at the moment that can recall maybe just in the past 3 months,
right,
a situation of occurrence that they've had to really dig down deep within and push through this adversity. And in the season of growth, sometimes we get comfortable thinking we made it, right?
Come on.
Because we have these challenges, we have these goals, and once we reach them, we like, man, I'm cool. I can relax.
I'm out here. I got it.
I'm out here. I'm hanging. I'm chilling. Everybody good.
Right.
Everybody but it's really just the beginning, though. Reaching that goal is the ground level,
right,
of the work you have to do to further the kingdom. I'm all about kingdom work. I'm always bring it back to kingdom work. If we're not working for the kingdom,
right,
then you're working,
Yeah, right. Because
You
we,
know,
we gotta put the first things first,
yeah, absolutely.
because what they say, you can't forget where you came from. You can't forget the things that you've been through because it was a lesson in that. And I've been learning that I'll be like, man, this can't be my life. All this stuff keep happening to me. And like you just pointed out, it's not necessarily that things are happening to me. Things are happening for me to grow me.
Yes.
And so I may not like the circumstances or the situations that I'm in, but it doesn't mean that the things that I have went through was to harm me.
That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth. Or the thing that you went through was due to a mistake or something you made. It don't mean that you made a mistake. It means that it's time for you to learn a new concept of life. It's time for you to learn what you may not have learned the last time. So
what? Learn the lesson.
we have to learn these lessons, and until we do, we will be faced with the same challenges over and over and over, and we don't get to shortcut the lessons.
Well, what they say, when you do the shortcut, you shorten yourself.
You shorten yourself because you got to come right back.
Come back.
If I don't put if I put a wet piece of sheetrock and replacing the sheetrock paint, I'm gonna have to be back the next week or so because the paint didn't adhere properly. The screw didn't screw properly. Like something didn't happen. So
the job not done.
We had to do it right the first time. So we never had to come back to it again.
Man, look, and it's just like parenting. You feel like you tell your kids this stuff. I keep it personal. My beautiful children, I love my children, God knows. But it just seemed like they can't never fully finish the job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If I say clean the room, clean your room, straighten up the restroom, put the dishes up, you know what I'm saying? And then, now we have the dishwasher. Y'all can't even put the stuff in the dishwasher. Come on, guys. Like, what's really happening? And it's just like, you feel like, man, I'm sitting up here trying to get these things done, trying to provide, trying to make sure they have what they need. The least they can do.
That's the least they can do. I mean, put the stuff in the dishwasher.
Put it in the dishwasher.
It's good. It's all right.
And then I ain't gonna lie, enough moms, I'm like, these can't be the kids I done raised all these years. It's like I've been sitting here talking to myself. Like I was not talking to these children, I was talking to my own self. And it's just if you have those experiences, man, sometimes you just gotta laugh at it. I ain't gonna lie. Because at first I used to really let that upset me. That simple little thing, them not doing that chore or them not finishing the task that I put before them. But I think about all the times I probably ain't do probably half of what I should for them. You know what I'm saying? You'll start something. There you go. You're like, man, all right, we're gonna do this today. I'm gonna handle this with y'all today, then we're gonna do this. And then at the end of the day, they're looking at you like, I mean, we did this, but we didn't do the stuff that you said we was gonna do together. We was gonna go, you know what I'm saying? That accountability. And I learned that it goes both ways. So what I've been trying to do is cut off certain days of the week where I'm just gonna do those things I need to do for them. You know what I'm saying? Of course I'm gonna do the essential things I gotta do, but when it comes to like anything extra, I try to make sure I'm doing those things for them, holding myself accountable, because at the end of the day, they still need your time, your energy, the things that you're trying to do with them.
Man, what you're saying is huge. I'm glad you mentioned children because I believe we're in a space today where children's emotions and feelings have been neglected for quite some time.
Yeah.
And parents are self-fulfilling, some parents have a slave mentality, I feel, when it comes to their children. They only here to serve them.
Yeah.
And our children are here for us to serve them. They're not here to be of service to us.
Look, y'all, don't bash us. We just being real.
Hey, I'm being real because what's happening is the future generations are growing up with resentment.
Yes.
Whereas in the past, if we go back, let's just say 5-6 generations, they held their elders in reverence.
Man.
Today, 50-60% of the population don't care about granny and great granny, don't know them.
Don't know them.
Don't even know them. So
then you got the parents that don't want to deal with them themselves. So the kids not gonna know them because they don't. And I'm being real. I can tell on myself because I know I could do better with it. You know, even though both of my children know their grandparents,
Yeah.
great grandparents, but I know so many people that don't even know that they have a grandfather or don't even know that they have a grandmother or great.
Exactly.
Not just the grandmother, the great grandmother. Like we live in a time when people don't meet their grandmothers at all.
We've spent so much time in these past generations deliberately deleting people, deliberately deleting instances and experiences from the family tree or from because out of shame, out of guilt, out of whatever the reason is, but there's been nothing to compensate for the deletion. Okay, if you're gonna delete it, what are you replacing it with?
And are you gonna at least tell the story?
Otherwise, our children will never learn. So today we're talking about pushing through, right? This is the first episode. These children are trying to learn how to push through neglect, how to push through disrespect, how to push through sadness and the woes of social media and suicide rates amongst children are skyrocketing. Like the children, when we get old, these are the people that are going through depression right now.
Yeah, they already going through. And they ain't even started paying bills yet.
Yeah, we got to teach our children how to push through these things.
Stop letting them quit every time something get hard.
Exactly. The minute they say, "Oh, I don't like this," well, I'm gonna pull you out tomorrow. I'm going to talk to the counselor tomorrow. You ain't going to that class.
You ain't got to do that.
You ain't got to do that. Who they think they? You don't have to work at McDonald's, not mine.
Right.
Where we learn from.
Man, look, that's big. You said a mouthful.
Come on,
letting them kids just stop stuff for them with it. And I ain't gonna lie, we've all done it to an extent. So I'm gonna make it personal. My baby, he was playing baseball for years. And he was like, "Oh, I really want to play soccer. I don't want to play baseball, blah blah." So I'm like, "Okay, well, we're gonna at least finish this season. Then we'll go to the next phase." And so before he can even finish this season, he ended up being diagnosed with a heart condition and all that. So he couldn't even finish up the season. But I've been thinking about a lot of stuff like, man, if I would have just let him do the sport he wanted to, though, at least he would have been doing something that he liked at that time before he had, gotten sick and all of this. So it made me feel like I failed him in a window. Don't get me wrong. Now he's doing a lot better. He can, handle his situation better. He understands when he needs to slow down, when he's doing too much. But it's just kind of like, where do we put what they're saying in the forefront, though? They say they don't want to do something, and then we force them to do it, though. Because it's one thing for them to just not want to do it, but it's nothing for them to rather do something else outside of that. And it's kind of like, am I forcing him to do something because I love sports so much? Because baby, when I tell you all around volleyball, basketball, track, like I did soccer, like whatever I could do. If they had it on there and it didn't interfere with my track season, baby, I was gonna do it because I just feel like you have to be productive, you have to be active. But everybody is different, so it's like showing them to push through, adversities, push through all the things that they feel like they can't do, all the goals that they feel like they can't accomplish, like not letting that deter them or stop them from going into the direction that they want to go just because they feel like they can't meet that at that time.
Well, all of our children learn from us. And the first time we tell them no, or they can't do something, or this is not the best thing for them, they process that. And they understand it. And now they're building that mountain of what I can't do. Right.
Well, they internalize it.
Exactly. Because they can't express it to us because they nervous, they scared, they don't know what they're gonna get from us. So yeah, they're internalizing it, or they go talk to their friends, other children that can't internalize or process their feelings.
Oh, your mama tripping, oh, your daddy tripping. Why?
But in some instances, we find out, I've learned we are tripping.
Yeah.
we tripping because we need to learn how to communicate effectively with our children.
Oh no, for sure.
We force them to communicate with us how we communicate with grown-ups
Yeah.
when their feelings aren't mature enough to be able to communicate like that. We need to learn and listen.
Yeah.
Communication, a big part of communication is listening, not just talking.
Oh yeah.
They have their own experiences that they're dealing with. They have their own friends that they communicate with. We wonder why we grow up, or when they grow up at 15 and 16, they don't even want nothing to do with us
Yeah.
because they've learned from 1 to 14, mama ain't listening, daddy ain't listening anyway.
Right. They don't care what I say.
They
They don't
don't
care
care
about
what
my
I say.
feelings.
I done told them this 4, 5, 6 times.
And
You
they
know,
did it. You look, and
and,
they did it again.
and so now we left trying to push through with
Yeah.
a generation of children that we're supposed to be training up as the next soldiers, as the
Oh
next
yeah.
ambassadors,
Yeah.
and we can't get a hold of their mind.
And that's the big thing because
Yeah.
everything starts in the mind. And as y'all know, my platform is most definitely dedicated to mental health because everything starts in your mind. Just like I say for my business, when you look good, you feel good, and that's a real thing. 9 times out of 10, if you looking sharp that day, you're gonna have a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Your hair cut, your hair done. Ladies, your nails and toes is fly. Like you gonna be feeling good about yourself. But that moment you're not looking good. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You literally feel the way that you look 9 times out of 10. And so I feel like that's really big to concentrate on getting your mind right. Mind is everything.
It's
So
huge.
just when you're in school, they always say the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and that's a real thing.
That's the truth.
You
That's
sit
the truth.
there and you focus on the things that can't help you or can't help you be productive or can't help you help somebody else. Then what are you doing?
What you're right. What are we doing? What are they doing? What are we showing? What examples are we leaving behind? What are we doing?
Right.
That's the question that we have to answer in this season of pushing through, y'all, because we are definitely in a season, but we're in a season of growth.
Oh yeah.
So through growth though, you have to. There's pruning, right, in the winter months. You prune. You got to prune the trees. You prune the flowers. You do all of that in the winter months. So come springtime, we got fresh blossoms. Fresh fruit and fresh harvest.
Yeah.
Coming out. But we never hear the trees holler out when we pruning them. But I mean, we cutting limbs. I just can imagine if a tree could holler.
Yeah, like man, what you doing?
While we cutting it, yeah, stop. That hurt, man. Pruning hurts. Growth hurts. But we have to push through the pruning, find out, change our minds, interact with the right environments and the right vibes.
Oh yeah.
In order to elevate in this season, man. So pushing through. What's something that you can recall maybe most recently? Something you've had to
Man.
push through.
So, as y'all know, I'm always have a story time for y'all at all times. So I mentioned this a few episodes back, but I had a car accident on Christmas morning, y'all. I was leaving from a family event, so it was like early morning, like midnight or what have you. And I went away that I usually don't go because the weather was bad, and so I'm using my GPS. I was using my GPS because I'm like, you know what, this weather bad. Let me just make sure there's nothing going on. And so when I did that, it had me go a different way that I've never been. So I'm going on this road. It's dark, it's raining, and all of a sudden I noticed that it's not a street that continues; it's a dead end. And so I'm not realizing it at first, but the closer I got, I'm like, oh shoot, it's not gonna keep going. So I'm trying to stop, I'm trying to avoid it, and my car literally hydroplanes through this gate, landing on top of a boulder. And everybody keep laughing when I say that, but it was really like, you know how you see them boulders on the cartoons, they rolling down the hill. Literally, that's what it looked like to me. But it was like on the ground, and the way my vehicle swung through the rain, like I was stopping, and it's like the more I was trying to stop, the faster I was going. Scared the shit out of me. That had never happened to me before. But upon that happening, my car was a total loss. Like I was bruised up, bumped up. Like I still have some of the bruises, but thank God I'm good. I'm alive. But it's just kind of one of those things. Like, damn, this gonna happen at the end of the year, going to my new year. This can't be my life. Like, why is this happening to me right now? Like, is going on?
Wow.
For real.
Well, first of all, you're supposed to be here because you made it through, right? You survived that, man. All praises to the Most High for that one.
Oh yeah.
Hydroplane, your car go through a gate
Yes.
and lands on top of a boulder. So that means some wheels wasn't touching the ground.
Man, look, I was literally gliding, and I'm just like, it feel like something like them action movies, how you see them going through and swinging. And man, look, but it was not a good experience. I did not enjoy it. 0 stars, most definitely.
Wow. So that's Christmas Day. We what 3 weeks since then.
Yes.
And so pushing through,
Most
keeping that in
definitely.
mind. Yeah, I'm sure since then there's been some
Heavy and
things.
hard.
I'm sure there's been some things you've had to push through. So what's been your number one motivating factor in helping
How
you?
have I been pushing through?
Yeah,
that is a real thing. So the way I pushed through, y'all, really was I laugh at myself all the time. Like when I tell you, I think comedy is like the best thing for me.
Yeah.
In my ways of moving through situations and not internalizing and taking it to a negative place. The woe is me, playing the victim type shit. Because it's like that's easy to do. Yeah. It's easy to be like, man, something is always happening to me. Why me? This thing and that thing. And so I was like, all right, man, you done had Rex before, big dog. Yeah. We know what to do. You call up people, see what they can do for you, whatever they can do for you. You try to find you something else. And, I'm just learning to just not rush the process. Mm-hmm. And so that was one of the things I really had to do, just remembering going down memory lane and thinking back on all the times I did have a wreck and I was hurt more than this time. There we go. And the people told me that they don't even know how I was okay.
See.
Because the impact that the car took, it really should have took a real nigga. It did. And so they was like, man, like the fact that you walking around topping us and you not, we're not having to rush you in the ambulance, like to me, that was big.
That's the win.
And so I'm always, giving praises to God because He is the one covering me, making sure that I'm good, making sure that my kids is good, making sure that whatever I'm doing, business wise, family wise, work wise, that these things is still moving. Still staying in place. I was talking to my mom. Shout out to Libro. And she was like, I was like, man, I'm just a little irritated because there's so many things that I still, wanted to get done that I couldn't get done because I couldn't go and do it because I didn't have no car. And so she was like, girl, what are you talking about? You still did your business trip you had to do? Because I literally had a business trip right after I had my accident. Like that Monday, I had a business trip to go to. Wow. And I was still, able to go on my business trip, had the money I needed to do that. I ended up coming back home, but I got sick, but I was still able to go back to work in the process. I was still able to take care of my kids, still able to pay my bills. So it's like she say, focus on the things that you have and you still able to do. And you see that you're able to still move. You ain't miss a beat. She said, you just don't like that you don't have a car right now. It's not that you unable to take care of business. You just don't like that you don't have one. So it was just, like an eye opener.
Round of applause for Mama. Man, Mama put the game down. Mama gave you
I ain't gonna lie. I tell people my mama is one of my biggest cheerleaders. We have our days and our moments, but I love my mama. Like I hear people saying, they can't do this with their family, they can't do that, man. I do business with my family. Me and my family hang out. Like that's my favorite people to do stuff with. It's my siblings. Wow. And so they really helped me with pushing through because I know they got my back. Regardless of what's going on, my siblings are there. But they your first friends. And I hate to hear people say they don't like their sister or their brother. Them the first friends you get. Like it's weird to me when I hear that. I'm just in disbelief. People are like, man, I don't talk to my sister. I'm like, really? Yeah. Man, please. I'll call Baby Shark in a minute. My sister don't answer the phone when I call her. I'm gonna
Mhm.
text, hey man, you good, big dog? What's
Yeah,
going on? Because I love them. Like I gotta know what's going on with them. If I
that's
don't know,
what's
it's
up.
a problem to me.
That's what's
So
up. That's what's up, man. I believe we need more of that today. We're gonna need more of our families in the future
no, for
than
sure.
our community really believes. I think the past few generations have created such a divide within the households and the communities
No, for sure.
that when it comes time to really need someone to lean on,
Hmm.
people gonna look up and no one's gonna be
Nobody
there
gonna be to the left or to the right.
because we you burnt all the bridges.
Baby.
You dismantled all the relationships.
Oh yeah,
You didn't take care of yourself.
that part.
Like it's it's sad. So to hear that about siblings, you're absolutely right. I try to pass that down to my children and
Yeah,
try to make sure that their relationship is so intact.
yeah.
Because if I'm gone, if their mom is gone, they gotta know that man, they
Man,
all
who
they
they got?
got.
Yeah, for real.
You all you got,
And
man.
that's a real thing. Okay, KRB, we're gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna give y'all some tunes. YouTube, I want y'all to tap in, give us some questions.
Hmm.
What are some
Drop your
things that you
comment.
had to push through on, and what experiences you went through that you feel like this can't be my life? Because
Hmm.
that's a real thing. So tap in and let's go. Okay.
So you can
Think.
play
Hmm?
whatever you want to play.
Yeah.
Word. Oh man.
Because it's a radio show.
Yeah.
So essentially, you play music. So I'm trying to get better with making sure that I put the music in, in between the shows, etc.
Oh man. And you pick whatever you want to play.
Yeah, as long as it's an MP3 and I can put it on my list. Yeah. So I've been trying to.
That's live.
I
That's
mean,
live.
look, we got to get out here, and I'm trying to learn all I can and give the people what they need to have, big baby.
That's live.
Trying to give the people what they need to have at all times.
So what type of vibe do you usually do music wise?
Well, because my music playlist is literally bipolar, so is this one. I like old R&B. I like I'm talking about old with I always play Earth, Wind, and Fire before it's
Okay.
over with. I
So
love
70.
everything about that whole
We was just jamming.
genre.
What was the one we were listening to? Earth, Wind, and Fire that the kids were singing. The siblings was nah, the siblings. The three siblings were singing.
Oh, play.
Yeah.
Look, well, my favorite is September because that's my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
so, so
September,
when
but
when I first ever heard that was it. Baby,
yeah.
you couldn't get that off my playlist. I love this song. But it's just groovy. Like you can groove
Mm-hmm.
to it. You can when I'm cooking and stuff. I'm always be playing
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Um, but I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, so I'm always have him in the
Mm-hmm.
rotation. So it's just however I'm feeling. Really, that's what I'm gonna play. So I'm
Yeah,
just
I know that's
I be whatever mode I'm in. I try to make sure everything is uplifting though and positive because I tell people I'm a positive person. Here and there stuff will bother me, but it ain't gonna be long that
right.
I sit there in that place. Like I'm not gonna allow the situation to mess up my whole day. Like I'm big on it. I let whatever has happened happen, and I'm gone on. Say me a few cuss words and move on. Because you got to get you one or two. And you're like, all
Yeah.
right, bye. I'm over this. I'm done with this. So it's just keeping my mind positive, and I love music. And then half the time I don't be knowing who sing what, but I just know the song. So I'm trying to do better with that
Oh,
part for sure.
man. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that or you had.
But that's why when I'm saying it, I be meant like I'm always okay, y'all tap in and get on the radio because if you're not on the radio part, you can't hear the other stuff that I'm doing. Especially when I'm not um interviewing somebody or what have you, I'm always, playing something else or whatever. I'll try to play stuff in between. And it's been times though that, I'm talking mostly or whatever, but I do my best to make sure I have some things in play and in motion. So, give me yours. What you had to push through on, Mr. Reed?
Oh man, well,
Yeah, put your cup down. What you
man, where do I start? I tell you, the most recent inspirational push through
Come
though
on,
that
inspirational
that
push
I
through.
just experienced was at my daughter's basketball game,
Okay.
and this was a couple of days ago. I went to her game, and they playing the game, and of course, off top, when you're watching the kids play, you see who the star is.
Oh yeah,
you,
yeah.
you know who the good
You
one
know.
is. Yeah, absolutely. So uh, it's going the middle of the second quarter, and the star player go down right
Man,
hard. Like she go down hard. Now she the one dribbling right, shooting right, rebounding right,
come
stealing
on,
the ball right.
come
She
on.
doing everything. And so she go down hard though, hurt. And they take her out the game, and I always coach from the sidelines.
Of course,
I'm in the
them the
bleachers.
best
I
coaches.
don't care what I don't care what row I'm in. My daughter can hit me, her teammates can hit me too. Or my son, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
It don't matter. If I'm there for you, hey, I'm coaching.
Right.
So I just shot. I said, hey man, look, y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all
Yeah.
got to work together on this one.
It's time.
See, yeah, it's time. And when they did the huddle and left the huddle, they finished the huddle. 1, 2, 3, push through.
Yeah.
And I said, man, wait a minute. As soon as they say push through, all of them, it was just strong. And I tapped my son. I said, man, that's hard right there. He said, yeah, that was cool. And man, they commenced to kicking
Oh, they came
tail,
with it.
man. What? They commenced to whooping tail, man. They stopped taking score. The girls
What?
bust the clock.
Oh my goodness.
The star player got
They
better.
stopped taking.
She came back.
No, say it again.
They
They
stopped
stopped.
taking score.
Come on here.
I'm talking about them girls bust the clock, man. They played together, and they really pushed through that adversity because they wasn't the real dribblers. And
Yeah.
like you can tell who the star played.
No, for sure.
We know that, but man,
And you try to still be supportive, of course, but
I
you
got
know,
to be supportive
you
because
know,
everybody is,
they
they
out
play
there.
their
Everybody got
part.
to
They
do
out
their
there.
part. Everybody got a part to do.
Man, them girls pushed through. They stopped taking score. They bust the clock on that team, man, and I was so proud of them.
Yeah.
For being resilient and finding
That's a word right
and
there.
working with each
Resilience.
other's strengths.
Yeah.
And complementing each other's weaknesses. They was able to do that, and so that was powerful for me, man. Pushing through is something. If the kids can do it, then the grown-ups can do it too.
Come on.
Come on now. If
Come
they
on.
can if they can get it the first time.
Why
I
can't
just
we?
say, hey y'all, we got to get
Yeah.
it together. So here we go. We're gonna say, hey y'all, we got to get it together.
Let's go.
If we got to get it together. Let's go with it. Come on, man, because it's in us just like it was in them girls. So
And it's crazy you say that because in the Bible, and y'all know I'm not like a scholar. I don't know every single book and every single scripture, but what I do know is they say out of the mouth of babes.
Yeah.
Usually it's the kids that show you things about yourself that you didn't even know you was capable of doing or able to do. And I feel like in my personal experiences, I've been learning from my own kids that they probably saved my life when I had them. You know what I'm saying? Unknowingly.
I know mine.
And it's like I was like, man, I ain't have no plan for them kids. I ain't want no kids because in my mind, I wasn't gonna have no kids. I was finishing school. I had all these plans, all these things I was gonna do. But then, got that dad, got married, like all of these things. So, life happened and you just went with it. You go with it. But when I think back on the things that I did prior to having them,
Yeah.
was I really living a fulfilling life?
Yeah.
Was I really being as productive as I could have been?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when I had my kids, it really held me accountable and made me grow up. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely made me grow up in a big way.
Our children
Like,
gave us purpose, and we had children at early ages, so in our 20s. So they give you purpose
Come on.
before you find your true purpose.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We had kids. Our kids are not our true purpose. God already put our purpose in us when He shot us down here on this earth.
Come on.
But our children gave us, I'm gonna call it a sideline purpose to help us slow down, cause we move fast.
Fast.
We move fast.
We on the go, ain't we?
All gas, no brakes. We move fast, and I know without
the brakes don't even exist.
My first child came, I was 23.
Okay.
Second 25, third 26, or 26, 27, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was all gas, no brakes before them children.
Man, look.
The sky's the limit. Wayne had a song talking on a mixtape saying the sky's the limit. Like that was the truth. And it's still the limit. But
still the limit.
Them kids helped us to slow down and think, helped us to prioritize, helped us to even deal with some of our internal flaws. It I know mine did, man. Y'all leave comments, say something, let us know, because I know yours had to. Man, and if it didn't, that means you haven't reflected enough on the time you spent with your children, or maybe you haven't even spent enough time. Because look, hey, if it don't happen for you,
look, I know it's even just a simple thing as seeing the other parent in their child.
Yeah.
And some people take that to a negative place, but I try to lead with the positive.
Mm-hmm.
I can be honest, and both of my children is the things that I love the most about their dad. That's what shines in them.
Really? Me. Oh, that's awesome.
And people be like, really? I'm like, yeah. I mean, because I tell people, I say, I don't have no negative things to say about that man. It didn't work. We moved on, etc. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's those little things that kind of irritate you, but it's like the positive things about them that they got from him, to me, overshadows those things. Awesome. Because he was always like a outgoing person, real positive, like to have, a good time, like to help people have a good time, things of that nature. And when I tell you, my son, that baby, that's him all the way. Really? If you see RJ is, baby, he bring the fun with him. That baby is the fun. Yeah. Anybody that know Ryan,
I got one of them too.
That baby is the fun, okay? And he got a dance for you, got a song for you. The boy gonna perform. He got something for you. And it is just seeing that in him. I try my best to protect it, because so many people try to tell him to sit down or to calm down. I'm like, you don't tell my baby to sit down and calm down. He enjoying life. Don't get mad at him for being happy.
So that's a struggle today, is when these relationships break up, split up, divorces and everything happen, and the parents begin to see certain characteristic traits of the other parent in their child. Some of them, a good percentage of them today, don't have the proper coping skills to accept that and to still love their child through whatever feelings they may possess internally. So was that a struggle for you? Like, or I guess I'm trying to reconcile if it has to do with the parents. Did the parent allow their relationship with the other parent overshadow the child's relationship with the parent? Are they trying to force out their feelings on the child? And if so, that can't that can't be right, huh?
Man, so you saying something big, and I've had that talk with people before. I don't agree with anybody saying anything negative about their dad in front of me or them.
Or mom.
Or you know what
The
I'm
other
saying?
way,
Like,
yeah,
well,
other
that's what
way,
I'm saying.
yeah,
What I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
from my point of
yeah,
view, because
that,
you know I'm the mama, but
yeah, yeah,
I don't allow it. Like I don't like that. Even if I hear them say something, I say, hey man, we're not doing that.
mm-hmm.
And we try our best to do a practice of that because of course we don't always get along, of course, but he's even told them before, well, okay, well, if your mama said it, that it is what it
It
is.
is what it
And
is.
it's just I feel like it's important to be on a united front if you still together, not because that is the ground for them. That's the thing that they need to build them up. They need to know that my daddy loved me just as much. My mom loved me. My mom loved me just as much as my daddy loved me. But when those things are not balanced off
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
especially, it's hard, to give them like a real structured life for their mental capacity because that's where they started. Knowing that I'm loved, I'm cared for. That's where the mama issues come in, the daddy issues. Like people say, oh, that girl, she mustn't have her daddy around. Like I
Mm-hmm.
hate to hear that kind of stuff because at the end of the day, it probably ain't got nothing to do with the girl daddy. I mean, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
being
yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, but
Or
when you
or the dad didn't do anything to the
right, right,
child,
right. For them to have a
or the
problem with
mom
it.
didn't do
Yeah.
anything to the child.
Hmm.
These feelings and conversations are just coming or stemming from whatever experiences the parents had, and that's
It's rough. It can
yeah,
be
yeah,
rough.
yeah,
That's just
yeah.
so I'm gonna say this. My baby has always been shapely. And I know I have an older cousin that was always shapely. And older women would always say if your daughter is shapely, she must be fast and this, that, and
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's like, don't get me wrong, we was raised, you don't say nothing back to the elders and all that. But I
Yeah,
feel like, and y'all can bash me, I'm fine with it. But
they're
I'm a
not gonna
firm
bash
believer that if just because you old, that don't mean you get to be
you.
disrespectful.
Nah,
I don't
nah,
care what
that's over
nobody
with.
say.
Nah, that's over
That's
with.
I don't care what nobody say.
No,
And my grandmothers know I'ma always be respectful and respect my elders. But at the end of the day, that's my child.
exactly.
And you're not gonna at no point give my child a negative thought about themselves.
Yeah,
We're not doing that.
no, no, no. And I'm glad you said that because adults have that false sense of authority as well. Just because I said it, or just because I'm older, you have to do what I can say and do to you, whatever. No, you can't disrespect anybody
Yeah.
and them not say something about it. You know what I'm saying? So the children, again, we losing our generations because children are disrespected, children are neglected,
Yeah.
their feelings. I remember when I was a kid, I'm like, man, my back hurt. You ain't got no back. You 60, you ain't got no back. Yes, I do have a back, and it
I'm
hurt.
tired. You ain't got no reason.
You
What you
ain't tired,
tired
but you
for?
tired.
Yeah.
I am tired. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, these children are people too. If you can treat your dog the way you treat your
Man,
dog,
I'm talking about
if you
baby.
can
The people
treat
is
your
loving they.
cats and your hamsters and gerbils the way you treat your cats, hamsters, and gerbils,
Come on here.
how can you do your children like that?
Treat them like they ain't nothing. Treat them like they in the way.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. So the people need to leave with something. They need to leave with coping mechanisms, like or something with helping these relationships in the home, because the relationships in the home with the single parents has not worked for quite some time, and the friction is at an all-time high right now between children and parents. So from what can we send the people with for the week in regards to, maybe if not reconciliation of relationship with their children, they have to at least get along better in the house because we are at the point where we need one another.
Yeah.
Individualism
Mm-hmm.
is not working in the future.
It
looked good on social media and everything the past few
It don't
years.
even look good on social media to
It
me.
don't. It don't.
That ain't even nothing to be bragging about that you doing stuff on your own by yourself, because that's not the way we were made. We were made to have companions. We were made to like have a husband, have a wife. And don't get me wrong, some people say they not big on the marriage, but I ain't gave up on marriages. So I'm just say that. So y'all can laugh, y'all can whatever. Yeah. Even though I'm not currently married, I would rather be married than not married. But I just don't believe in being married just to say I'm married.
Just to say I'm married.
You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in being in a real relationship, a real business, because at the end of the day, that's what it started off as a business arrangement. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people got so caught up in this love stuff, so they forgot the real purpose of what it was supposed to be doing. Is to build one another. Is to have something come from nothing, to build something up, to have something bigger than what it was at first. Like we should be bringing what we've learned to one place, and we can build on something on there to help each other grow
and not compete. So, you work together and not compete with one another.
Come on here. Men, that's crazy.
Men ain't competing with. We're gonna go ahead and squash this right. Men ain't competing with women, man. There's no real man out there competing with a woman. Like real talk, women, men don't even consider you as competition. We're not competing.
I understand that, but it's some that'll show that they jealous of and I'm just kind of like, that's weird.
That's not a masculine man.
And that's because I just seen it with my own eyes, and I'm just like, what in the heck?
But that's not who I'm talking about.
You're not talking about them.
I'm not even talking about them cats. And they know I'm not talking about them.
They don't even understand.
No, they don't even know what I'm talking about. Men are not competing with women. A man want to help his woman grow, and a man also needs his woman to want him to grow as well.
Come on here.
Just like you saying, everything is supposed to be reciprocated in these relationships. You bring what you got, and I'm gonna bring what I have. Right. We're gonna put that together, and we're gonna grow. We're gonna grow together. We're gonna create together.
Yeah.
It's cool what you did.
Oh yeah.
And it's cool what I did.
Right.
But the Most High ain't worried about what you did, and He ain't worried about what I did. He's worried about what are we gonna do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's worried about what are we gonna do with this little amount of time we have.
Because it's the clock is ticking
on this ride.
And people be like, man, women always. I said, well, it ain't just women. It's people generally need to understand that this life that we're living is temporary. Nothing is as guaranteed. People are getting sick. People are dying at the drop of a dime.
Yes. And it's not ours.
It's no.
It's not ours.
Yeah.
All that mine, mm-hmm. It's not ours. And if it's yours, the Bible say, then you have your reward already.
Oh yeah.
So don't be looking for nothing later on.
Right.
When you close your eyes, thinking you finna go into the kingdom.
Say you can't take it with you.
You can't take it with you. So I already know I can't. Whatever I do here, it ain't coming with me. Yeah. So why would I covet it? Mm-hmm. You know, my reward is later. But if they, if they think,
I'm telling you,
they think, listen, y'all, we're in a
season funny out here
of growth and pushing through, man.
I got a girlfriend the other day. She's from New York, and she's so funny. She say everybody is just acting like Looney Tunes. I'm like, that's funny, but it's the truth. Like people just acting so delusional, so fake. Like they think social media is a real place, and that kills me. Man. And it's just like you see these people pretending to be these things and wanting you to validate stuff that they doing. You supposed to be productive.
Exactly.
That's every day. Like
that's
every
why
day.
You were created.
You was created to produce, to do things, to show things, and to pay it forward. And I think that people are getting away from that, and that's where all the problems come in. At you're not doing something just for you; you're doing something to help others. And a lot of times, that's why people are not growing because they so busy on focusing on their own self, so they can't help other people get to where they need to. And
Yeah.
so, like you just said, you have to have people to work. That's why it's collaborating. That's why it's
Yeah.
networking. Like those are real things, and that's the only way to get ahead in life because we
Exactly.
can't do this stuff by ourselves.
No, the real currency in life I've learned is relationship.
Yes.
It's not the paper that you're folding. It's not your debit cards. It's relationships. You're gonna find out if you've been burning bridges. You're gonna find out
I'm
all
trying to
that
tell you
money
now.
you've been hoarding will not help you in
Come
the
on.
future
It will not.
because you don't have anybody that's gonna guide you in the right direction and what you need because you burnt the bridge.
Come on here.
The real currency in this life is relationships, guys. Put your ideas together,
Mm-hmm.
continue to curate strong, durable, long-lasting relationships. You got to find out who gonna suffer with you as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Oh yeah.
You don't just create relationships with people who's not willing to suffer.
Yeah.
Growth comes with suffering.
Oh yeah. Because nobody perfect, and
No.
we all have our own things happening, and that's how life is. Okay, KRB, we're gonna give you a little bit more jams before we end this show.
So how many songs you got? You
So when it's just me, I'll probably play about three or four. And that's because, mine is considered a talk show, so of course I'm supposed to be talking. um, but um, initially, I wasn't really sure like how to gauge it. But so when I'm actually interviewing somebody or having somebody with me, I try my best to break it up into like sections.
mm,
And I meant to get us in at least like three, which I probably will still do it because at the end of it, we have to have the show go to it have to be at least to 68, 69, up in there
mm,
with us. So I have to be able to make sure I'm playing something at the time, even though we'll be done on
mm,
here, but it'll still have the show still be going. So, because it's like you have to stop at a certain time, you have to stop and start at an exact time because somebody else's show is starting right after my show.
So do you ever toss it to them? Do you know who's starting after you?
So I do, but sometimes it's the not just, but it'll be like the radio. It's just the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the like. So this is today. So this was DJ Kirby is the radio. The radio was
Mm-hmm.
playing. The radio was playing. This is somebody's show. This is the radio playing. This is somebody's show. Then this is the radio playing. And so then it's me. And right after me, this is the owner of the
Mm-hmm.
of the
Of the
radio station. And
okay.
so she's coming right after me. And so sometimes I'll remember and I'll say it. And then sometimes, it just depends like the groove I'm in, but I do my best to always say that her show is next, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't always happen. So,
Mm-hmm.
but when I tell you they like the fact that they trusted me to be on that platform and present my show, my podcast, like that was big to me. So I do my best to always give them their flowers and share their stuff or what
Mm-hmm.
have you, because they didn't have to take a chance on what I was doing. And like the executive, she showed me so many things. She tell me what so many ways to learn how to edit and all of those things. Like the days when I'm not feeling well or what have you, I've learned how to edit my the videos and turn them
Mm-hmm.
into the MP3, like things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's stuff that I never even thought about at first,
Mm-hmm.
but now I know how to convert it. So like just things like that. Just those are the things that can make stuff go smoother and easier for the process.
Mm-hmm. So they're still in constant communication with you.
Hmm.
You've been with them how many seasons?
This is season 5. This
With
beginning of
them?
season 5. I've been with them. So this is episode 35.
Mm.
So
So the
it's
whole time we've been.
hmm so I started mine on YouTube only, and so that's how they heard my show. So that's how I was picked up based on what I was doing on YouTube. But I was mainly doing Truthful Thursday, Motivation Monday, and then
Mm-hmm.
I would interview here and there. So it wasn't like a set day that I just did just the interviews and that was it. And so what they did was gave me a platform to hold myself accountable to make that. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
was still a learning experience from
Mm-hmm.
that because it showed me the importance of having a set day
Mm-hmm.
just for that. And I had it, but I wasn't being as consistent at ensuring that I had somebody interview those days. So it's been a process. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers, I love them.
Okay.
So they always on the playlist.
Uh,
Yes. But most of it is older R&B music. Um, then Avant, I love Avant. I always
okay. That's, I'm just understanding, learning myself, uh, and mentally maybe developing like a structure. Like we coming back now, we're gonna have maybe 5 minutes.
play.
Like,
Right.
how do you want to end the show, or how do you normally end the show? You kind of wrap it up, I know, but
Yeah, I want to just go into like what this was about for us for this
okay.
for this episode. Okay, y'all. So we are back, KERB, and we want to end on a positive note as always. Remember, y'all, if you have not been checking out and purchase those by Jess, the website, that is my website for my beauty consulting business. I take care of hair and skin, and so I have shampoos, conditioners, um, treatments for the scalp, treatments for the beard, treatments for the skin specifically. And I also have services. So if you're ever in Houston or in the Houston area or you want to book me and have me come to you, that's fine. And that is you can do that on the website and personalresultsbyjess.com. We have some new products that we are about to have online. So I look forward to that. And we have some other things coming your way. And so this was episode 35, and I had my amazing co-host today, Mr. Reed, Mr.
Hey,
J. Reed.
hey, that's him.
And so tell them where they can find you, Mr. Reed.
Man, you can find me on Instagram if you want to need anything catered. No event is too big or too small because Mr. Reed caters them all. You can check me out at Mr. Reed's Catering Company on Instagram, on Facebook. But if you like more personal ideas and conversations, you can follow me at my personal page, Mr. Jamone Reed. Uh, that's all one word, JYRMONEREEDMR in front of it. All one word, Mr. Jamone Reed, man. We're having conversations that's gonna move our culture forward. We're not just talking about problems. We're creating solutions every day.
Come on.
Every single day we're creating solutions. Yes, I am out in the streets. Yes, I am out in the communities, at the civic club meetings, at the monthly meetings, at the weekly meetings, in the churches, in the schools, talking to children and talking to officials that can actually get some of these things done. So stay tuned, y'all. We have a lot more in store in the future. It's been great being on the show, and I can't wait for next week.
Come on here.
Uh, can't wait for next week.
And so this can't be my life. And I want to tell y'all that I said that the other day, and it's just kind of clicked to both of us that that would be a good opening because so many things are happening for us and through us, and we have to remember that yeah, at moments you do feel like that, like what they say, "Fuck my life," but we ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
I want to say that it just I have those moments of day where I'm like, man, this can't be my life. Just replaying everything that has happened and all the things I went through and all the obstacles I have overcome. But at the end of the day, I'm still smiling, I'm still happy, and I'm genuinely happy. I'm not acting like I'm happy. I am happy
There
that
we
I'm
go.
able to talk to you guys. KERB, I appreciate you guys once again for providing this platform, giving me the opportunity to do my podcast, and First Sauce by Jess with my podcast, Jess Talks on it. So thank you guys once again for this platform. Thank you for trusting me. And next coming up, we have Maliva the diva with the most. This baby be playing the best music, y'all. When I tell y'all, she got you covered if you like rock, if you like smooth jams, like she has it all. And thank you guys once again for your time. Thank you for tapping in. And it's just talk. And remember, when you look good, you feel good. And what you got for me? Oh no, you gotta say it. You know what I'm talking about.
What's man? Once you taste my meat, you definitely want to swallow, man. Yeah, that's one of my slogans for the catering. Y'all listen, the meat don't fall off the bone.
Come on.
The bone fall off the meat.
Come
so,
on here.
Y'all just find me, man. Mr. Reed's Catering Company is all one word on IG for real. For real, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been great.
All right.
Real great.
KRB, thank you once again. Like I say, it's Jess and Jess Talks. I love y'all. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. Love on somebody. Love people that love you, and pray for the rest of them.
I like that. I like that. Love people that love you. Pray for the rest of them.
You got to, because they don't know no better.
That's a t-shirt, and you put your name in like you stamp it.
Well, see, that's one of the things. My sister runs a t-shirt business and all that. So that's one of the things I want to really do with her is
Really?
like really just give her that business, like everything I'm gonna do merch wise.
For real? Mm-hmm. Well, then we gonna give it to her. Yeah, that's what
my baby.
I'll get the. Yeah, you can end that.
And you can end that too.